I literally came with 0 flight hours at all and had no clue what I was doing. So I just came open-minded, and I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do, and I wasn't sure if I was even going to finish a career in this, if this was just a hobby for me. But as I went on, I realized it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I could do it every day. I think my overall plan is really just to end up in the airlines and see myself working from there.
Our students will be fueling the aircraft with us, they'll be pulling them in and out of hangars with us, and constantly interacting, with the aircraft all the time. I always joke that this isn't a country club. There are some flight schools where you brief with your instructor and the airplane is air conditioned and ready to go, and I'm the kind of person where I want to interact with the plane. And so those are our students. Is someone that, they love aviation and they just want to be buried in aviation as much as possible, and they're going to eat, sleep, and breathe it when they come to Flex Air.
My favorite part would probably be really my first solo. It's one of those things you'll never forget. Like, I remember it was a Thursday afternoon at like 2 o'clock, and my instructor hopped out and he said, "This is it, this is where you go." And that first feeling you get of just being able to take off and flying the aircraft under your own control, it's amazing. There's nothing like it.
When I was a military flight instructor, I would ask students all the time, "Hey, why don't you tell me what you think the most important system in the aircraft is?" And so people would say, well, it's the radar, it's the engines, it's the avionics, it's this system, it's that system. And maybe one pilot out of 100 would say, "Oh, well, it's the crew." The most important part of any aircraft, of any flight school, of the aviation industry in general, the most important resource are the people, the pilots.
The culture at Flex Air, we talk about the one crew culture. And so to us, it's more about not only how we treat each other on the flight deck, because we're 2 pilots working together at all times, rather than it being, a hierarchy of an instructor and a student. We try not to get to that point. We try not to, we don't do a "because I said so" culture. We explain ourselves. We make sure that the student always buys into what we're doing here.
Because the airline pilot is one of the few, in aviation in general, pilots in general, are one of the few professions that are universally trusted. Well, that's not for nothing. You need to get there through building this sense of personal responsibility, taking initiative, taking responsibility for your own actions. It takes skill, it takes focus, it takes dedication to get there. So that respect doesn't come for free. Those great views, those don't come for free. If you want that sense of accomplishment, and you want to be held in that same regard of being a pilot, of being part of this tradition, being part of this community that has such a long and very well-respected tradition behind it, well, it takes some work to get there. And that's why we put this focus onto every single aspect of our training. That's why we take this individualized approach, because we understand that when we meet our students, we're doing more than just teaching them how to operate a plane. We're providing them mentorship in order to be a part of this community that is held in such high respect.